Good afternoon. First of all, thank you for coming. Welcome to this chapter of itSMF, and thanks Andrea for inviting me. I'm Suvish. I live in Germany, so I'm coming from Germany. I live in a smallish town called Essen, if you have heard of it. It's close to Düsseldorf. As job, I work for Zoho Corporation. I head the marketing for Europe for Zoho Corporation. Have you heard of Zoho? That's a good start. In my next 15-20 minutes, whatever I have, what I wanted to discuss, of course, introduce Zoho, what we do as a company, the applications that we have, and also give a little bit of context of how we are transitioning, or we have transitioned over the years, the ITSM to the larger departments that we have, like the whole enterprise service management, to name a term around it, right? So quick introduction about the company. Have you heard of Manage Engine? Yeah, so it's part of Zoho. Part of Zoho. We started our company back in 1996. We started Manage Engine division in 2002 with SDP, Services Plus that we have, competes with the likes of Jira or ServiceNow or Atlassians of the world, right? So we have similar products around applications management, your endpoint and all of that, right? ITSM, the whole IT management part of it, right? And that's when we realized that the market around cloud is also exploring. Businesses are trying cloud-based apps. That's when we released Zoho as a division, next division, right? Now Zoho.com, what we have today as well is a collection of business apps. We have applications on CRM, HR, business analytics, your finance portfolio, so a bunch of 55 different applications, right? Then we released a few other brands over the years, and it also gives a transition that we've had, how to build apps that are not just required by the IT teams, but also teams that peripheral to, right? So what is essential for business like HR or your finance team or your marketing team, sales team, and then why each of these teams have to work together, why we need to build apps that has to work together, how the data transition should take place, all of that, right? So it gave us the perspective how to build these apps. Now why it's important is also the whole little bit of numbers. So as I said, 96, so we're not a small company anymore, although we are private, so we are not listed on the market. We have never raised any funds. We are in 150 countries, our customers as in. We have 55 plus apps in Zoho itself, about 15,000 employees worldwide, and 100 million users. So this I'm not counting Manage Engine, just Zoho.com, our cloud, has about 100 million users worldwide. So people might have used our email app or one of the messaging apps like Click, for example. It competes with Slack or it competes with Teams, right? So we have competition in every sector of the app that we have, right? This is our global footprint. So these are our offices, multiple locations around the world, right? In Europe, we've been having customers here for the last 20 years or so. We didn't have offices here in Europe. We have partners, for example, we have our management partner Kidan here, we have our Zoho partner Nextdeal here. So like them, we have about 400 odd partners just in Europe, right? So that we can service our customers. This is our data centers. One of the differentiating point we have is we run our own data centers. So we are not on any hyperscalers, not on AWS, not on Oracle, Google, you name it, right? So these are data centers that are operated, managed by Zoho. It again helps us to build applications and control applications end to end. So that's one of the primary reasons. But then now looking back, it also makes sense financially, right? You can't expect to run a really profitable company with 100 million users and 120 products if you are on a third-party hyperscale. Right? So you can see the costs that are coming up as you start scaling up. Right? So this is in Europe, we have data centers, obviously, right? Another differentiating factor that we have compared to many Silicon Valley based or American based company is our distribution of customers worldwide, right? So we are not really focused, or rather our customers are not really America's centric. Our customers are widely distributed. So when I say America is 47%, it also includes Latin America, the South and the North, right? And that's an equal, almost equal split. Now this allows us to also manage any headwinds, the economic conditions and all of that, right? So it kind of finally balances out situations, right? Portfolio facts, right? So this is, again, none of this is acquired. All of this is built within. Now this all would be important when you look at the context of why, if you look at the pillars of enterprise service management, right? As you go beyond ITSM, what is needed, right? You need flexibility between the applications so that people and the teams can work together. You need processes, not just for the sake of processes, but for people. Processes that are not just defined by ITIL, but also processes that can be changed for people, right? You need speed, and your pandemic and the last 4-5 years taught us you really need collaboration. Right? Now these are the things that were missing, let's say 5-6 years ago. Yes, we had applications, yes, they were able to communicate with each other, but post-pandemic we really saw why applications have to have collaboration in them, why we need tools that can be flexible enough to change processes or automate processes, right? And this, it is important because all these applications are not just built by us, but also built on similar technology platform. So imagine if we had to acquire different companies, different platforms, then integration is another challenge, right? Because these are built on different data structures, different platforms and things like that. And we are seeing it today in the market when large organizations, they acquire products. One of the problems that we often hear from CIOs when we speak to these customers is integration. Integration is the biggest challenge. Data exchange is the biggest challenge when it comes to platforms that are acquired versus that are built ground up on a similar technology platform, right? Of course, you have APIs and things like that, but it's not the same experience, right?